When a man is able to walk away from a woman without feeling scared, without feeling anxious, or without feeling like he's failed, I promise you that woman will find you 50% more attractive by walking away. I promise you. Because we expect that obsession, we expect that attraction already. You know, if a man's coming up to us, we're like, oh, just another guy, I guess, you know, I'm attracting another guy. And then if you're acting like that, and the man is just like, all right, fine. If you're not interested, he walks away. That's where the woman's like, oh, maybe he's not actually that bad. Maybe he was actually interested in me. Maybe I should give him a chance. See that reverse psychology? There's no need to play these games, okay? You have options, act like it.
The only power you have as a man in 2023 and beyond is you got to be able to walk away from a girl if she disrespects you. Mm-hmm. And that's when she realizes this guy really will walk away from me and get another girl at that might be cuter than me. Bam. That's when they turn around and they say, I need to readjust my behavior, because women rarely ever get put in an uncomfortable position like that where they can be replaced. Most guys the girl will do something and he'll sit there, please take me back. And he didn't even do nothing. It was her. But she'll go ahead and gaslight and make him feel bad. And you can't play that game. It's like, oh, you want to be like that? Cool. Get the out of my house. And that's women act right.
Gotta walk away. If you're a woman, understand that every man's canon event is leaving the woman he wants the most. Not because he stopped loving her, but because he knew if he stayed, he would never be able to become the man he's always envisioned. And I want to talk about this because I think it is one of the most misunderstood things about men. Because from the outside, it doesn't make any sense to you. I understand. He loves her, she loves him, the connection is real, and he still walks away. You're dumbfounded. And she spends months trying to figure out what she did wrong, what changed, why love wasn't enough. But here's what actually was happening inside of him. There is a version of himself that a man carries around from a very young age. A vision of who he is supposed to become, what he's supposed to build, what his life is supposed to look like when he finally becomes the man he respects himself. And sometimes the woman he loves the most exists at a chapter in his life where that version of himself is still very far away. And staying, loving her, building with her, being consumed by her, starts to feel like it's pulling him away from that vision. Not because she's wrong for him, but because he's not right for himself yet. And a man who doesn't respect the version of himself he currently is cannot fully show up for the woman he loves. So he leaves, not to hurt her, but because somewhere deep down he believes he has to become that man first. And the cruelest part, she was probably the woman he would have chosen at the end of it all. He just couldn't let her watch him become him.
I am mind blown that there are thousands of men commenting to wish me to end of life because I said I don't need a man. They are so enraged telling me that I'm a see you next Tuesday because I'm telling them what they don't want to hear. I'm mirroring to them what they don't want to hear. That they actually have to put in work, effort, there's accountability, emotional relevance. Like they are losing their mind, and it's fascinating. I'm not even reading your comments. Keep chatting it up, gentlemen. I'm just mind blown that these grown men are attacking me so violently and disturbingly, but they're proving exactly my point. Thanks, guys.
Talk about this all the time. Texting is a medium of communication. That's it. So some people happen to use that medium of communication for logistics only. I personally would not throw away an amazing relationship over text messages. Like that idea is insanity to me. I keep trying to film this and I'm like getting so worked up about this. It makes me so angry that there are women in good connections, like with men that they really vibe with, and these men are consistent and they're going on dates every week, but because of the texting flow, you're questioning the relationship because you're not getting enough text messages. I need to end the video here.
If you're trying to build wealth as well as stay peaceful with a woman, you want a woman who knows how to stray away from family and friends. Now, am I saying she can't be close to family and friend groups? No. But think about it. When you guys ever get into it, and what is the first people she's going to talk to? Family and friends. And you don't want that, because she's going to forgive you. They are not. That's number one when it comes to peace. And when it comes to wealth, you want a woman following behind your guidance as a man. You don't want her saying, hey, Dad, what do you think about my guy's business idea? Hey, friend, what do you think? He said he want to do this. Listen, we going to win, lose, or draw under my guidance. Every woman says they want a good leader, but a lot of them don't know how to be a great follower, a great submissive partner. And that's what it comes with when you're dealing with a man who's trying to build wealth, okay? So take my advice, especially if you're a young man who's listening to this. Stay away from women who cannot literally function without the governance or the guidance of her family and friend group. She wants a woman who's an independent thinker, because now she's going to trust your guidance. She doesn't need outside opinions to trust you. Trust me on this.
If a man suddenly stops chasing you, don't ignore it. That's not a game. That's not strategy. That's someone who got tired of giving more than he was receiving.
Yeah.
He used to text first,
Yeah.
call first, show up without being asked.
Yeah.
But when effort isn't matched, it slowly turns into silence. Because no one wants to feel like they're forcing a connection. And the sad part is you don't notice it at first. You get used to him always being there until one day he stops. Not because he doesn't feel anymore, but because he finally respects himself enough to walk away from what feels one-sided.
Men should always pay on the first date. And get this, for our own good. You know, when us guys take an issue with paying the first date, the issue isn't tied to the number of dollars that we're spending at the end of the day. And if it is, respectfully, you need to go get a job. The issue is when we end up paying for someone who has this real sense of entitlement, like this expectation that we will pay. That's precisely why we need to always pay. Because look, your date, whoever that is, may very well be the person you end up marrying. And trust me when I say, as a divorce lawyer, who you end up marrying is so important. So let's say at the end of the date, you pull out your wallet to offer to pay, and your date just sits there, expecting you to pay, as if that is the obvious course of action. In that moment, what did you just learn? You just learned that the person in front of you is entitled and frankly has the audacity to expect a near stranger to pay for them. And just imagine how someone like that will treat their significant other, their spouse, for a low price of $20, $30, $40 or whatever. You learned that the person in front of you does not have the basic courtesy to pretend to offer to pay, and that therefore you should never go on another date with them. And that's why
I unfollowed all the past guys I had a situationship with. Any guy that I might have talked to in the past or had a little thing with or flirted with in the past, I unfollowed. They might still follow me, but I do not follow them. And the other day I was asked, why did I do this? It's no harm, this person said. It's no harm to follow them. You're not talking to them anyways. And it's true, I wasn't talking to them. So you might say, what's the point of unfollowing them? The thing is I want to steward my singleness very well. And the thing is I noticed that if my husband were still following exes or past situationship girls, if he were still following those girls and looking to see if they viewed his story or just kind of checking up on them on their story, that would make me uncomfortable. In a marriage, I would expect him to not be following those girls. So if I have that standard that I set for my husband, I first need to have that standard set for myself first. Meaning while I'm being single, if I'm not talking to this person, if I'm never going to see them again, if I don't have a relationship with them and we're not even in communication, what's the point of me viewing their story? What's the point of me staying caught up on their life? That's what I expect from my husband, so that's how I'm gonna act right now in my singleness, even before my husband comes.
If you're a man and you got dating apps, just completely throw them away, delete them. It's not worth it because you're getting the worst of the worst. See, if I'm going to run into a girl and deal with a situation that's the worst of the worst, I'd rather be surprised. I'd rather meet you at Barnes and Nobles looking at female psychology books or romance novels, and then you tell me you stabbed your ex 50 times. And then from there, I'm sitting here like, man, shorty really stabbed somebody 50 times. But she has good taste in books, and she's into knowledge. Maybe I could swing this way a little bit. Toxicity, I'm on my way. But it's better off to get into those situations from an in-person vibe than an online vibe. Because the online vibe, you feel like you got lied to. But in person, it feels like an experience that you're getting into for the first time. I don't know how else to explain it.
And, you know, I appreciate the perspective of the guy. He's a divorce lawyer. And he's saying, listen, I know you probably don't want to pay for people who, you know, these women, they're not grateful for anything. I know you probably don't want to pay for that. But listen, if you pay for it, then you're gonna be able to see if she's entitled or if she's somebody that you can kind of rock with and can continue seeing. I think men are hung up on men don't even want to get to that part anymore, because you spend a lot of money, right? And I know they try to soften the blow and say, well, you know, just go somewhere you normally would, and you know, it's kind of like she's coming along, so you get to enjoy a night out. Yeah, you could, but I'm somebody who doesn't want to waste money. If I want to go somewhere, I'm probably not gonna be eating out. I'm probably gonna go and get something to eat and head back to the house. Like I'll do takeout, right? So I can maybe do something around the house. I might be working, and just, you know, maybe just chill, because I don't want to be sitting out in public. You know, that's just how I am. But if you want to sit out in public, you can, right? And if somebody's accompanying you, that's okay too. I'm fine with that. But I don't think men want to spend that type of money, because I might go to an expensive restaurant that I would go to by myself, and me alone, that meal might cost and I want to preface this by saying you don't have to eat the whole meal in one sitting. So it's fine. You know, you buy it and then, you eat on it for like three or four meals. I might eat it for dinner, then eat it for lunch the next day, and then dinner again, and then, you know, lunch or a late night snack to polish it off, right? So, you know, you might have some for about 100, 150, right? You're treating yourself. So it's fine. It's all right. Have to potentially put another 100 to 150 on the docket for bad company. I don't even want to get that far. That's what the man is saying. He's saying I could have gone out, had fun, run by the restaurant, got me something to eat, gone on home, kept that 100. I mean, I could have gone to a game and spent that money, parked up at the front, and not had to walk so fast or walk so long. That's what I could do with the 100 and 150. I don't even want to get to the point to where I spend it on a woman.
Why are male preferences considered standards, but female preferences are considered shallow? You know, I've always found that to be very interesting, because a man can say that he wants a woman who's beautiful, who's fit, who's feminine, who's nurturing, who's supportive, attractive, yada, yada, yada. And nobody will bat a single eye. Those are just his standards, right? But let a woman say that she wants a man who's successful, who's generous, who's ambitious, financially stable, and capable of providing. Now, all of a sudden, she's everything under the sun, including a gold digger. Why? The last time I checked, both people are looking for qualities they value. The difference is we've normalized male preferences while constantly questioning female ones. The same men that are saying, I want a woman to love me for me, would not date every woman that loves them. If she's not attractive enough, she's not feminine enough, she's not his type, do you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna pass on that. And that's his right. So why are women shamed every time they become selective? Why is a man's preference called standard, but a woman's preference is called shallow? Because everybody is looking for value, right? Everybody is. The only thing that changes is what people value. So my message to all women is to stop letting people convince you that having standards is wrong simply because your standards don't benefit them. That's not shallowness. That's discernment.
Men don't pull back because they stopped caring. They pull back because you made home feel like a battlefield. When a man withdraws, it's not rejection, it's self-preservation. He didn't change on you. He evolved into what your energy taught him he needed to become. You mistake his silence for weakness, his boundaries for coldness, his self-control for lack of passion. But here's what you're missing. A man who's protecting his peace isn't trying to hurt you. He's trying to survive you. He stops opening up because every vulnerable moment gets thrown back in his face. He stops trying because nothing he does lands right anymore. And if that stings, good. Because the woman who makes home undefeatable, who brings softness instead of combat, who chooses to receive instead of resist, she doesn't have to worry about him pulling away. Energy matches energy. If he's distant, check what you've been giving him to come home to. Chaos, criticism, or indifference. He'll mirror every bit of it. Stop weaponizing your emotions every time he sets a boundary. Stop punishing him with silence when he refuses to argue. Fix that and watch how fast everything shifts.
The only reason why men and women have a 304 phase is because they were undesirable appearance-wise in their formative years when it really mattered and they needed that reinforcement to feel wanted, right? Now they're chasing that dream, that exhilaration of feeling wanted in their older years in undesirable ways that, you know, manifest themselves as being promiscuous. Take that Maddie girl, for example. You know, she finally gets to college. You know, she's been undesirable or kind of like middle of the pack, below middle. And now she can kind of live out her dreams of being wanted by many guys. You know, same thing with dudes. You know, many dudes I know didn't get any girls in high school, didn't get any girls in middle school. They finally get to college and look at this. Maybe now they can finally get an average chick. And here's what they're doing. They're just doing it for sport because they're trying to fuel that part of their brain that never actually got satisfied in their formative years. So all this stuff that, oh, you know, I was going through a phase. The only reason why you had that phase is because you never were attractive.
New rule. Nice guys finish first. I had a man this week text me first thing in the morning. He says, "Do you like flowers?" I say, "No. I love flowers." He says, "Can I send you pictures of flowers from my walk?" Yeah, I would love to see pictures of flowers from your walk. He sends me 8 pictures of flowers. Instantly, number one in my heart, number one in my world. Nice guys, please. Like, and it's not even, it's just like, I just love when a man treats me like an actual human being and like more than just a body. Like I'm a whole soul. Yes, please. Nice guys, come out of the woodworks. We need ya.
A high value man doesn't humble women. We lead to elevate her. Insecure men confuse leadership with control. The lowest form of masculinity is a man threatened by a woman's elevation. Who sees her glow and tries to dim it? Who sees her ambition and tries to manage it? Who sees her success and tries to match it with control? That's not a man. That's an insecure boy in a man's body. A real high value man does the opposite. He sees her thriving, and the first instinct is, how can I add to this? How can I challenge her higher? How can I sharpen her? How can I protect her? How can I protect her peace so she can build? He doesn't compete with her. He covers her. He doesn't try to put her in her place. He raises the entire frequency of the partnership because he understands her elevation is an extension of his. Her wins are his wins. Her glow is his proof. Weak men try to humble women because deep down they feel inferior. High value men elevate them because they already are secure. Two strong people don't compete. They combine. And what they build together becomes generational.
Bradley is wrong about why women leave. His whole theory is that men got soft, beta husbands, lazy providers, and if guys would just man up, their wives would stay. His prescription is testosterone, his cure is 1955. Here's where he's missing it. Women file nearly 70% of divorces in this country, and most of the men that I've sat across from were working long hours, coming home to the kids, handling the things she never sees, and still they weren't doing enough. She isn't filing because she's doing 2 jobs. She's filing because she's been told she's doing 2 jobs. From inside the room, the women who file aren't the most tired. They're the most connected. She isn't divorcing you. She's divorcing the marriage she watches on her phone all day. The divorced friend posting beach photos captioned, "The soft life saved me." The TikTok therapist diagnosing her marriage in 60 seconds. The single mom influencer with the spotless kitchen, the calm kids, and a morning routine that never includes a husband. The IG coach selling boundaries courses where her husband is always the boundary. The post-divorce glow-up reel, new haircut, new body, new caption. I finally chose me. Every one of these is selling her the same story. The woman on the other side of the divorce is calmer, freer, hotter, and finally herself. Brad's fix is to go backwards, but you can't. You can't unspoil the algorithm. You can't put 2007 back in the box. She isn't filing because she's exhausted. She's filing because she's been told the next chapter is better. She's been told that by everyone in her phone.
So what do you do if an avoidant pulls away? They say they need space. They say they have feelings for you, but they aren't ready to commit to anything. And the answer is nothing. You do nothing. Because your nervous system wants to chase them, right? And over-accommodate to get them back because it interprets distance as rejection. But here's the thing. Even if you got them back, it didn't solve anything. It just temporarily calmed your anxiety. The solution and the healing comes from doing nothing. Not as a way to manipulate them into coming back. The healing comes from sitting in the discomfort and getting honest with yourself. Because every time they pull away and you panic and overfunction and chase them, you're teaching yourself that this is normal. And you're conditioning them that they can do whatever they want and you'll always come running. Stop trying to drag someone towards connection that's actively resisting it. Let them be who they want to be, and you decide if this is the right relationship for you. I'm not here to hate on avoidance. They can live their life however they want. They don't have to consider your needs. I'm telling you that the right person for you will, without you begging them to.
Men have it so easy. Men have it so freaking easy. One, they don't bleed every month, okay? They don't go through literal psychosis 3 weeks out of the month, okay? Which that leaves 1 week that I'm normal, that I'm a normal person. And that probably goes for every girl. Issue number 2 is, honestly, I really think men have the pick of the litter. Look at the ratio of single pretty women to single pretty men, or like good looking men. Girls, men, okay? That's how it is. Anyway, that's just my thought of the day.
If men have it so easy, then why are 80% of suicides men? And now that that ridiculousness is disproven, let's talk about how much of a blaring red flag it is for a woman to blame her literal psychosis on her monthly cycle. As many of you suspect, this is just another item that women can point to in order to not take accountability for their actions. Because hormones have an impact, but they do not control you. That's right, guys. I'm going to tell you the truth. And the truth is that a lot of women are taking advantage of it and they are exaggerating what is happening.
Things my wife does that would send a low effort woman into a coma.
Let's see what you get.
She doesn't let him touch a piece of laundry. She buys all of his clothes. She plans all of their trips with an itinerary. She decorates their home to the T, and she celebrates him. You guys, the comments on this video are disturbing. So many women complaining, well, what does he do for you? And what's crazy to me is that that's in the comment section when the woman that is sitting literally right next to him, she starts off with a really bright smile. Like, she's happy. You guys see it. Well, let me tell you, her smile increases. She becomes more happy. She's like giggling through it. She's saying, oh, I didn't know that you noticed that even. Like, she feels appreciated for it. Which to me just reinforces that women will say all day long that they support other women, that they're a girl's girl. But then here they are in the comment section trying to bring down a woman because she's actually in a happy marriage.
Well, and the woman was talking about why is it that a man's standards are, preferences are standards, but a woman's preferences are, basically they're junk, they're trash, they're considered shallow. I get where you're coming from, I do, but if a woman is saying, like, say for instance, a man is saying, basically a woman has to act like a woman. What does that mean? Don't be so aggressive. Yeah, I mean, you should be doing that anyway. And there's varying levels of femininity. It's not a one size fits all, right? There's some guys out there that they like a woman that's more of a tomboy, but you can tell that she's feminine. There are some women, because she's soft. It's not like, hey bro, boom, punch you in the arm. I mean, she might do that, but you know, you can still tell that she's a woman. She acts in a way that's feminine, that's soft, that's caring, right? It's a little bit different from, you know, well, it should be a lot different from hanging out with your boys. So, you know, that I would like you to be friendly. I mean, you should be friendly with everybody. That should be a standard anyway. You know what I mean? You basically act like a man, act like a woman. Those are standards. When I come out the womb, if you're a man, be a man. You know what I mean? What do you mean? If I need you to fix this or do that, then just do it because you're the man. It's the same thing for a woman. If you are out with people that you might not know, be friendly to them. You know, you don't have to be the best of friends, but, you know, just conversate, be nice, be personable, be approachable. That's a standard. That's a standard. And then when you say be fit, once again, a lot of men like a lot of different things. So I'm not going to specifically hone in on she's got to be this weight, her cup size has to be this, her, you know, waist or whatever you call that, the Coke bottle figure. Not necessarily. Maybe not all men really like that. But, you know, whatever it is to you. This is the type of woman that I like. I like the shape of her. And, you know, you want to be healthy. You want to be, I mean, my God, you go to the doctor tells you need to be healthy. That's a standard. That's something that is necessary. But when a woman talks about, I want a man that's 6'1", that's not necessary. That's not necessary at all. Well, I want him to make 150K. Is that necessary? No. Is that something that you want? Probably. He needs to have blue eyes, 6'5", fantastic. You know, some things that you like, that you're attracted to, I wouldn't necessarily off the bat call it shallow. But when you look at a lot of the standards that modern women have, you can definitely see this is kind of shallow. You don't really need that.
We test the people around us to see if they're going to choose us, if they're going to prioritize us, if they're going to commit, if they're going to be safe for us, if we can knock them over, if they're sturdy or not, if the relationship is secure. Women are not testing to manipulate, right? We're testing because we want to know that we're in a quality relationship. We want to know the kind of person that you are. And we are also afraid. We're afraid of being abandoned. We're afraid of losing you. Like, that's why we're testing, is because we want you to probably leave quickly if you're going to.
The male loneliness epidemic is about to get so much worse because men will really act like if you're existing and they're not allowed to shoot your shot or try to get with you, it's a personal insult. Example, a few months ago, I went to an art gallery and this guy tries to hit on me. I say, oh, I'm married, show him the ring. And he goes, oh, look at you with your fake ring. And I'm like, oh, look at you, you're alone. Another example, I go out, same situation, show the guy the ring and he goes, oh, you're mean. You're a tease. And I'm like, I am just existing in the same place that you are. But sure, I'm mean. I'm a tease because you can't shoot your shot at me. Are we being serious right now? Are we really not seeing how idiotic that way of thinking is? Women have the most mobility they have ever had. And some men, I guess they were just expecting to just have a woman fall into their laps and not have to develop the skills of kindness, empathy, consideration. And by the way, I know that sweet men exist. I know a lot of them. I don't envy men who are really sweet and just shy, because that's kind of a hard place to be in 2026. Like, I understand that. My point is to say that the men who are acting entitled are going to continue to be disappointed.
Feminism is destroying women and the ability for men to have relationships with them. I really think that the population is going to decrease significantly. What is up with these super liberal people? They don't really value family. They have no social values. I don't understand it. Guys out there, go after the conservative women. Bill here, certified dating coach. Trust me.
Stay away from cheap men. They will always keep you in your masculine survival energy. If you're dealing with a man who even has money, but is still stingy, he's not a provider, he's a pretender, and he's just doing the bare minimum. Cheap doesn't just mean money. Being cheap is a mindset, a lifestyle. He'll be cheap with his feelings, his effort, his time, his attention, because he's operating from lack. And a man who lives in lack, who calculates everything, will never pour into you. Which means you'll never feel safe enough to receive. And that's the problem. Because as a woman, you're meant to receive, not constantly give and prove. But a stingy man calculates everything. Everything comes with a condition, a trade, an expectation, and that doesn't suddenly change. Just imagine how he would show up for your future children. And one of the biggest signs, watch how he treats the people he already loves. If he's not generous with them, he won't be generous with you. If he tries to convince you that effort is too much, or that giving is a waste, believe him, okay? He will say something like, his love language is time, or he complains too much about the economy, and even about men who are spending more money on themselves, or, God forbid, on their wife. And another subtle sign, it takes him a lot of time to buy himself new clothes, especially socks and underwear. Money isn't everything, but if money is not moving, you are not moving, okay? Some men will give you just enough attention, just enough effort to keep you hooked, but never enough to make you feel secure. Remember, men bond through investment, time, effort, money. And if he's not investing, he's not attaching. So if he gives the bare minimum, he's not confused. He's calculated. That's why it's so important to spot the right men early, before you get attached.
Question for all of these single moms of boys. Do you ever feel like you're failing as a parent because you've got to find somebody to be a father figure in your children's lives? Or is that just me? Because my husband passed away when I was 3 months pregnant with my youngest son, who is now 5, and I have yet to find somebody to be that for my boys. My dad passed away when I was 11, and my husband's dad passed away last year. So my kids literally don't have that steady father figure in their lives. And I feel like as a mom, I'm failing them. You hear about statistics of single moms with boys. And it just weighs so heavy on my chest. Because I see how they grasp onto that male figure in my uncles and my male cousins. And I know that they want that in this household. And I feel like I can't. My picker's broken. And it just sucks. It sucks. Dating in your 30s as a single mom sucks. That's all I got.
Hey yo, a quick word of advice for your mental health. Prioritize people that prioritize you. Alright, like stop making excuses for people. Okay, when someone truly values you, they will make the effort. You don't have to complicate things. It won't be in question. You won't have these weird feelings about it. Like, nah, you will know. Okay, it's not just about finding time. It's about making time. People make time for what matters to them.
Where are all the guys that initiate dates?
Where are they? Why are you even asking? I mean, you told them to go away. You told them to leave you the hell alone. You told them you didn't want them, you didn't need them, and that they really served no purpose. And they heard you. So they're off, hanging with their bros, maybe having a few beers, playing some video games, have a little brisket on the smoker. They're enjoying life. They're done dealing with your drama. They're done dealing with your inane expectations. They're done dealing with you. I mean, let's face it. You told them you'd rather be with the Bears, so that's exactly what they're doing. They're letting the Bears have you. You see, ladies, you've made one huge mistake. You forced men to look at things. You forced them to analyze relationships and see if they're worth it. And they found out, no, they're not. They find that their lives are much happier and much richer without you. which means they're not going to be coming back.
They say if she can pay her bills without you, she ain't gonna listen to you, bruh. Well, that's not true. If you give her something money can't buy, watch how fast she follows. Most men think the only way to lead a woman is through her pockets. That's a broke man strategy. Real leadership ain't financial. It's energetic. It's spiritual. It's the way you carry yourself under pressure. It's the way you make decisions when everybody else is panicking. It's the way you lead without yelling. It's the way you provide peace, not just bills. You see, women with their own money ain't looking for just a wallet. They're looking for a man. They're looking for somebody who challenges them, somebody who sharpens them, somebody who's been to places, read more books, seen more things, and can teach them something they couldn't learn alone. That's the type of man a high-value woman willingly submits to, not just because he's controlling, but because he's worth listening to. Most men can't get that woman because they ain't built themselves into that man yet. They want a queen with the energy of a king they haven't even become. Stop trying to overpower her and outgrow her. The right woman ain't intimidated by the man who outlevels her. She's attracted to him.
The men on the flip side don't want a woman that's saying, I don't need you. Ooh, I make my own money, so what do I need you for?
But wait, can I ask you a question? What is the problem with I don't need you to function in my life, but I do desire you. I do love you. I do want you, but I do not need you to function.
Oh, SD, what's up, SD? So you talking that up on the humble, because that's not and a lot of times I don't even fall in line with the traditional conversation, but like that's not how that badge gets worn.
Okay, how does
that badge doesn't get worn as I don't need you, but I love you. It's I don't need you because you triggered something in me that validated what I thought about y'all all along.
Never marry a broke man, but always stay with a provider in a setback. There's a difference. A lot of men start getting triggered when they hear never marry a broke man. They say, so if I lose my money, will you leave me for another provider? And I understand the fear, but this is what happens when people get trapped in black and white thinking. They get confused and triggered. This is not about worshiping rich men and rejecting broke men. This is about marrying a man of great character. And a man of great character naturally wants to provide and protect his family. So if he temporarily loses it all, you stay with him because he is still a great man. You believe in his capabilities and his ability to bring himself back up again. Too many men are getting trapped in black and white thinking, and same goes for women. A lot of women think they need to chase rich men, and they forget that the most important thing is a great character. Like and follow for more feminine intelligence.
I mean, the male loneliness epidemic is not, you're talking about a certain type of man. Like women, what they do, well, I'm just simply existing. I don't know why they say that type of stuff. I'm just simply here. I mean, okay. You had it sound like a couple of guys come up to you and try to shoot their shot. Men do that. I noticed you said, and I showed him my ring. That means he couldn't see your ring in the first place, which is okay. But I show you my ring, you need to leave. There are some men that do that. But most men, even if they come up to you, they go, oh, my bad, I'm sorry. Have a good day. And they'll move on. I've seen that. Plenty of men have seen that. Number one. Number two, plenty of men, they just let you go. They're not messing with you like that. So for you to get on here, and I think she corrected it at the end, but for you to get on here and start talking about how the vast majority of men do that stuff is wrong. And that's what men keep on trying to tell you. I don't have anything to do with that. That's not me. Well, all men are doing. No, they're not. You ran into a couple of men. And there are plenty of men out here that would leave you alone and not even approach.
So I'll admit, I am a little lonely lately. I don't know. I just am. I think I'm also like a little down or whatever. But I would love to meet somebody, but I don't feel like really putting forth the effort. I know that sounds bad. I went on Facebook dating a little bit today, and oh my God, it's terrible. I don't know how I ever met so many people on there. Like, I met a lot of nice guys, and some were not for me, and some remained friends, and some I was with for a little bit and I liked, and some quality men that I'm still friends with. But oh my God, it's just a mess. My skits are not a lie. They're not at all. But I'll admit, I'm kind of lonely. But I don't really feel like making the effort of going to sit at like a high-end bar restaurant, not like a bar. Like, I'm not talking about like a random bar, but like a nice like restaurant, like, I don't know, Ruth's Chris or STK at Disney Springs or something like nice, and sit there and just have a drink or dinner or whatever, and possibly I'll meet somebody that way. I just don't really feel like doing that. So I need like the Kool-Aid man in the form of like a great guy to either come through my front door, or I don't know, I'm not sure I'm going to meet someone, or, and this is going to sound weird, I kind of want to just be with someone I was with before, like, and just hang out and have a good time and do things together or whatever. I don't really feel like meeting somebody new either, unless they're going to be really great for me. I don't know, I haven't dated since like end of July last year. I just was having like a few bad dates, one after the other, just not clicking, not like bad dates, just like I didn't feel any chemistry or whatever. So I don't know, I'm a little lonely, but I kind of just want someone I've been with before and kind of just someone to do things with, but that I am attracted to. Is that asking too much?
I keep getting, how am I still single? I don't know. I think God keeps blocking me because I keep praying that prayer. Around this time last year, I matched with a woman who said she hadn't been to the Texas State Fair in some years. I said, we could do that as a first date. She said, yeah, that sounds fun. So we came up with a date and time for the following week. The next day, after coming up with this agreement, I reached out to her just to see how her day was going. Crickets. Looked online to see if there had been any kind of movement. Completely disconnected. She said she was a runner, and I guess she meant it. Then the funny thing was that she came up on another application, and people you may know. I don't want to know that heifer. Her lipstick stuck on her teeth for an hour, and nobody said anything. Then an associate of mine left me hanging. I saw her in a picture with a fine woman. I asked, like, who is that? So I was like, I don't know. I ain't get her name because we was just in the photo shoot together. Wasn't even thinking about me. Oh, selfish heifer. Then I was online having a fantastic conversation with someone. Lots of friendly banter. I followed her, she followed me, and I saw in her video she had different hairstyles. One looked like the old Jada Pinkett from Low Down Dirty Shame. I said, the short hair looks good on you. Next thing I know, Gone with the Wind in less than 10 minutes. Can't make this stuff up. And I can't tell y'all how many times this has been the situation. It is what it is at this point. I'll keep working on myself and enjoying life in the meantime, and God will let the dots connect whenever it's his time.
I have a quick question for all my ladies out there. I'm walking into a coffee shop, and right behind me is a young lady she's pushing one child in her stroller, and then she has the other toddler walking. I said, let me get the door for you. I hold the door for her, she walks in. So now she's in front of me. But I immediately walk right behind her, we walk in. We wait 5 minutes, and then finally she goes to order her coffee. She's ordering like a double latte, express, whatever, some fancy drink for herself. She's getting cookie or whatever for one child or whatever. And I'm waiting like 3-4 extra minutes now, and all I wanted was just a simple black coffee. Am I tripping, or should she have then returned the favor and said, no, sir, next, you got it? Because the only reason why she was in front of me, because I held the door for her like a man is supposed to do, was being chivalrous, if you will. I'll keep doing it. I'll do it every single time. Just the right thing to do. That's how I was raised. But ladies, if you're wondering why a lot of these men ain't worth it, it's because some of y'all ain't worth it. Just make the ask. Just simply say, sir, thanks for holding the door. Go ahead, please. I would have said, you got it. You got the kids. Do your thing. I understand. But to not even make the offer, that's what's messed up.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Did you say that my daughter is rude?
Yeah, I did. She gave me the finger.
Well, I wouldn't have done that if he wasn't being slow.
Are you serious, Amelia? Well, listen, whether she gave you the finger or not, then maybe you should have gotten out of her way.
Yeah, I know. I'm old. I'm kind of slow.
So that means that you get to tell her she's rude?
Well, she's rude. She's rude.
But she's not rude. She's only 7.
Well, I thought she was being rude.
But were you in her way?
Probably.
So don't you think that maybe you don't own the store just because you're driving a cart? I think that you think all this is funny, and it's not funny, sir.
Well, I'm her elder, and she needs to show me a little respect.
Well, maybe you need to not think that you own the store because you're driving a cart.
First of all, that poor man deserves better. He deserves respect. And second of all, you wonder why girls grow up to be women that cannot take accountability? This is why. It's because mom is standing there taking away any ability to learn accountability. The mom is also probably why there's no dad standing there straightening out his daughter.
If you're a dude and you're going out with a girl and she lets you hit on the first date, do not cuff that girl up. Do not wife that girl up. Because if she's letting you hit on the first date, she's definitely letting other people hit on the first date. And ladies, stop letting them hit on the first date. The reason why you're probably getting walked over and stepped on by men is because you're allowing them to have the most intimate part of your body for free. You're just giving up the most intimate thing you could ever offer anyone in your life for free. They're not doing anything for you. They're basically just using you, and you're allowing that. Some of you might be sitting here saying, oh, Jack, you're sexist, like you're misogynist. No, you control the access to. If you say no, no means no. A guy could be sitting there saying he wants to have 100 times, but until you say yes, it's a no, because you control the access to your body. The reason why you can't find a good guy is because you're literally just offering up your body for free. Like you're not being selective. Make them wait. Make them work for it. Like, don't just give it up for free. Like, don't hit on the first date, second date, third date. Wait a month and see if that guy's still there. And if he's still there, that's a good quality guy who isn't just using you for your body. Start loving yourself enough to not just give your body away for free.
Question for the men that say they never want to get married, which I totally get your reasoning. You don't want to get divorced and give up half your that you've worked your whole life for. Check, check. Got it. So my question is, for those men, do you live in a state that after 7 years of being in a relationship with someone, dating them, living together, you are married by law anyways? And then a two-part to that is, what about when you don't want to move into your girl's place? You're like, hey, move into my place, right? So maybe she's renting her house out now and she has to move all of her stuff out, but you don't need it at your house because your house is already fully furnished. What is she supposed to do with her stuff? Because in your mind, if you get divorced, or I guess if you never get married, you guys break up, she would then have to then go rebuild, go rebuy all of the furniture. And as you know, it's always going to be more expensive to go rebuy the furniture you already had, that you had to go sell for pennies to the dollar. So what is your thought there? Do you get like a backup plan is if we break up, then you have to help fund my furniture purchases because I had to get rid of everything when I moved into your place? Like, what is your guys' thought on this? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments. Let's have a combo.
They'll swear up and down. They want a strong man. They want a leader. They want a logical man. But when that logic contradicts with their feelings, or until that logic exposes that they're wrong, then suddenly you're negative, you're toxic, you just don't get it. No, we get it. You just don't like to be called out. Some women can't understand logic when they don't agree.
And that's what it is, man. They don't want to be held accountable. They don't want you saying nothing to them. And when you bring up facts, they're going to try to gaslight you some type of way. Call you narcissistic and all kind of weird like that, man. Again, that's why you need to take your time in the beginning and vet these hoes. I mean, these chicks. And if they start talking funky and you know, seem like you're attacking them and you're just asking questions, you gotta skedaddle.
Okay, so a woman's got a high body count.
Yeah.
I think that's an issue.
I think it's no more of an issue than when a man has a body count.
Really?
When you have a high body count, man or woman, you have to drop your standards in order to have a high body count, either in the women that you're investing in or the treatment you're getting. You have to choose a woman who's very promiscuous for her to be okay with one night stands. So what's happening is you're now getting used to women who are calling their boyfriend saying, babe, I'll be home in 10 minutes while she's in your bed. You are getting used to women who are like sleeping with you and then going off to sleep with your friend the next day. You are used to such a low level of woman. You no longer have the skills and tools required to speak, to communicate, or be with a wholesome, good woman that can maintain a marriage.
Like one clip said, we got to stop the simping, man. We got to stop the simping. You know good and well, God did not give you Megan Good. You know good and well he did not send that to you. Come on now. You thought about it, and you're like, oh man, I don't know if I'm ready for this. And then one day you decided, oh, she too fine and just leave. I know, I know they're going to talk about the way she dressed, and we just going to have to cross that bridge when we get to it. But essentially, and this is what the Bible talks about. You should know this. Stupid. You should know this. You can't take fire into your bosom and not be burned. That's what it's talking about. If you get close enough, you have the story of Samson. You have the story of King David. You can't take fire into your bosom and not be burned. Nobody can. If you get too close to that temptation, you're going to want it. And that's what happened. And I don't think they're even together anymore. I think obviously, I guess they got divorced or separated. Now she's with Jonathan Major. Good for him, I guess. But we can't sit up here and keep on giving these women excuses and outs, no matter how good they look. She wasn't doing what she was supposed to do. Number one, first of all, you knew who she was. Second of all, she knew you were a pastor. The least she could have done is say, hey, I understand and I give reverence and respect to your position. I know how it is, especially probably growing up in church, especially growing up in church. I understand it, and I'll be respectful. But they don't do that. They continue to wear what they want to wear, however they want to wear it, and then they be like, God understands my heart. No, he does not. No, he doesn't. You know what you're doing. Come on now. Let's call an ace and a spade a spade. Be accountable. Now, if that's something that you want to do, and you're like, well, it is what it is. I'm just going to do whatever. All right. You take that upon yourself. But to sit up here and be like, oh yeah, God like that. No, he doesn't. Stop lying. Be quiet.